Every month, the tabletop scene explodes with creativity, hidden gems, ambitious epics, and quirky one-shots that might just become your new favorite obsession. But with so many campaigns launching every week, how do you separate the future classics from the forgettable flops? That's where we come in. I am Jake and this is nerdsection.com. Dragons of Etchinstone Siege is an expansion to the solo palm-sized adventure game, Dragons of Etchinstone, developed by Chip Theory, games in collaboration with designer Joe Klipfel. In this expansion, players assume the roles of ether mages defending the tower against relentless dragon attacks, driven by the potent allure of ether emanating from the Mages Academy. The game introduces mechanics such as expanded hand management, allowing for 2 action sets per turn, and new structure cards that grant valuable abilities to aid in the climactic battle for Vale. Additionally, the Return to Etchinstone variant offers an alternative perspective, enabling players to control the monsters attempting to seize control of the tier. The campaign for Dragons of Etchinstone Siege showcases Chip Theory Games' commitment to delivering high-quality components and engaging gameplay experiences. The inclusion of new mechanics and variants enriches the original game, offering fresh challenges and strategic depth. While the expansion builds upon the solid foundation of its predecessor, some may find the increased complexity a step up from the minimalist design of the base game. Nonetheless, the fusion of immersive theme and innovative mechanics makes this expansion a compelling addition for solo gaming enthusiasts. HELLDIVERS 2, the board game, is a cooperative tabletop adaptation of the popular video game, designed for 1 to 4 players. Developed by Steamforged Games, the game immerses players in the satirical dystopian universe of Super Earth, where they assume the roles of elite Helldivers tasked with eradicating alien threats to uphold democracy. Players utilize an array of weapons including pistols, machine guns, and flamethrowers, alongside powerful stratagems like turrets and airstrikes, to complete high-risk missions. The gameplay emphasizes tactical coordination, as squads navigate hostile battlefields, call in reinforcements, and confront evolving objectives, all while being cautious of explosions and friendly fire. Steamforged Games brings its experience in adapting video games to tabletop format to this project, following titles like Dark Souls and Resident Evil. The inclusion of detailed miniatures and a focus on replicating the video game's fast-paced tactical energy are promising aspects. However, some concerns have been raised regarding the company's past issues with game design and component quality, suggesting potential backers may wish to review gameplay details and production updates before committing. Dino Lab is an engaging role and color game that invites players to step into the shoes of bioengineers on a mission to resurrect extinct dinosaurs. By utilizing a gene mixer, players work to complete fragmented DNA strands, piecing together common aspects of various prehistoric creatures to bring them back to life. This puzzle-based gameplay combines elements of strategy and chance, offering a unique experience for players as they experiment with genetic samples to solve the biological puzzle of life. The game's Kickstarter campaign presents an intriguing concept that blends scientific themes with accessible mechanics, making it appealing to a broad audience. The role and color approach adds a creative twist, encouraging players to engage with the material in a hands-on manner. However, potential backers might seek more detailed information about gameplay depth and component quality to fully assess the game's value. Overall, Dino Lab offers a promising and imaginative take on the puzzle genre, with the potential to captivate those interested in science and prehistoric life. Lying Pirates, Cities of Greed expansion enriches the original game by introducing 7 new towns for players to visit, influence, and govern as mayor. This addition deepens the strategic gameplay, allowing for more intricate interactions and power dynamics among players. The expansion maintains the core mechanics of bluffing and strategy, enhancing the pirate adventure experience. The Cities of Greed expansion adds depth and replayability to Lying Pirates, offering fresh challenges and opportunities for cunning tactics. The inclusion of new towns to control as mayor introduces a compelling layer of strategy, making the game more engaging. This expansion is a welcome enhancement to the base game, providing players with additional avenues for adventure and competition on the high seas. Spark Riders 3000 Galactic Modules is an expansion for the cooperative tower defense and survival game Spark Riders 3000. In this expansion, players continue their roles as the crew of the spaceship Spark, tasked with delivering vital cargo across the galaxy to ensure humanity's survival. The expansion introduces 2 new riders, 6 additional ship rooms, a new turret, various items, and 3 new missions, enhancing the game's depth and replayability. Players must coordinate their actions to navigate hostile environments and fend off alien pirates, with the primary objective of reaching their delivery points without critical ship components being destroyed. The Galactic Modules expansion builds upon the solid foundation of the original game by offering fresh content that enriches the cooperative gameplay experience. The addition of new characters, ship rooms, and missions provides players with more strategic options and challenges. While the expansion promises to enhance the game's replayability and depth, it is essential to consider how these new elements integrate with the existing mechanics and whether they maintain the game's balance and pacing. Skulltales Full Sail immerses players in the thrilling life of Caribbean pirates, offering a semi-cooperative adventure that unfolds across 3 distinct phases: adventure, journey, and port. In the adventure phase, players explore mysterious islands, caves, and temples in search of treasures and legendary artifacts. The journey phase transforms participants into crew members aboard the Southern Lady, navigating perilous seas, engaging in shipboard combat, and confronting formidable sea creatures. Finally, the port phase allows pirates to roam the streets of Tortuga, encountering various events and opportunities. This structure, enriched with RPG elements, ensures a dynamic and replayable experience. The second edition of Skulltales Full Sail introduces an updated rulebook and new expansions, reflecting the developers' commitment to enhancing gameplay and addressing previous feedback. The campaign's inclusion of multiple options and add-ons caters to diverse player preferences, offering tailored experiences. Draco Ideas' experience with crowdfunding projects adds credibility to the campaign, suggesting a reliable fulfillment process. Lobotomy, 2 Dimensions of Madness, is an expansion for the cooperative survival horror board game Lobotomy 2 Manhunt, developed by Titan Forge Games. In this expansion, players traverse a multiverse of unstable realities, guided by the enigmatic librarian, who crafts custom adventures based on literary genre choices. The game integrates horror themes with narrative-driven gameplay, allowing players to rewrite their stories or face escalating horrors. Titan Forge Games has previously engaged in crowdfunding projects, indicating experience in bringing such games to market. The Kickstarter campaign aims to fund both a reprint of Lobotomy 2 Manhunt and a new expansion. The campaign's presentation is visually engaging, showcasing detailed miniatures and components. However, specific details regarding gameplay mechanics and content of the expansion are limited, which may leave potential backers seeking more comprehensive information. Zoo On is a board game where players collect, shelter, and feed animals to build a zoo. Players draw and layer cards representing enclosures, habitats, food, and animals to accumulate points and advance the pawn companion. The game offers 4 modes: solo, family, team, and advanced. In advanced mode, players can swap cards, upgrade their zoo, and score additional points through end-of-game bonuses. The Kickstarter campaign for Zoo On highlights its engaging gameplay and variety of modes, aiming to appeal to different player preferences. The game's mechanics of layering and combining cards to build a zoo may offer a strategic experience. However, the success of the campaign and the game's reception will depend on factors such as component quality, clarity of rules, and overall execution. QUARZ is a competitive board game for 2 to 4 players, where each player commands a trio of unique monsters, each with its own deck of action cards. The objective is to snatch the crystal idol from the altar and return it to your camp before time runs out, blending elements of Capture the Flag with strategic card play. The game emphasizes quick thinking and tactical maneuvering, as players mix and match basic moves with the monster's special abilities to outwit opponents. The Gamefound campaign for QUARZ showcases vibrant artwork and promises a high-energy experience. The theme of monsters competing in a chaotic tournament adds a playful twist to the strategic gameplay. However, the reliance on unique decks for each monster may present a learning curve for some players, and the real-time pressure might not suit everyone's taste. Overall, QUARZ appears to offer an engaging blend of strategy and action for those seeking a dynamic tabletop experience. Reichbusters Reloaded immerses players in a cooperative, mission-based board game, where they embody elite allied commandos confronting an alternate Third Reich, empowered by bizarre science. Each hero possesses unique abilities and action cards, enabling strategic movement and combat against both conventional Wehrmacht soldiers and grotesque mutants born from sinister experiments. Players can choose between stealthy infiltration or direct assaults, but must remain vigilant, as alarms can trigger escalating challenges. The game's mechanics ensure that enemies operate under straightforward AI rules, maintaining a dynamic and engaging experience. The game's theme and mechanics offer a rich blend of strategy and action, appealing to those who enjoy cooperative gameplay with a narrative-driven focus. The inclusion of both standard soldiers and monstrous adversaries adds variety and depth to encounters. However, the reliance on AI-controlled enemies means that the challenge level may vary, potentially affecting replayability. Overall, Reichbusters Reloaded presents a compelling experience for players seeking immersive, cooperative missions set against a backdrop of alternate history and weird science. Terrible Influence is a satirical board game that immerses players in the chaotic world of fame and power. Players create a character from classes like reality TV star or podcaster, starting with no money, fans, or talent. Through gameplay, they navigate challenges such as battling internet trolls, starting charities, and managing scandals, all while accumulating fans and wealth. The game incorporates engine building and role-playing mechanics, allowing players to develop skills, gain advantages, and collaborate or compete with others to reach the pinnacle of influence, becoming president. The game's dark humor and strategic depth offer an engaging experience that mirrors the absurdities of celebrity culture. Its Kickstarter campaign promises a unique blend of strategy and satire. However, the game's mature themes and complex mechanics may not appeal to everyone. Grave Trigger is an apocalyptic sci-fi miniatures skirmish and campaign game developed by Cardboard Dynamo. Players assume control of humans bonded to animus reactors, sentient, techno-organic armor that grants formidable power at a significant cost. The game introduces a dynamic movement system that eliminates the need for tape measures and features diceless combat where strategic decisions dictate outcomes. Unique mechanics allow players to summon and animate living terrain, adding depth to the battlefield. Additionally, characters evolve through damage state cards, revealing new abilities as they sustain injuries. Our impressions of Grave Trigger highlight its innovative approach to traditional miniatures gameplay. The measureless movement and diceless combat systems offer a fresh take, emphasizing player skill and strategy. The thematic integration of living terrain and evolving characters adds a layer of immersion that is both engaging and thought-provoking. However, the complexity of these mechanics may present a learning curve for newcomers to the genre. Overall, Grave Trigger appears to be a bold and creative addition to the miniatures gaming landscape. And if you love new games as we do, check out our list of 75 upcoming board games of 2025.